This one, Shane, Mississippi State at Arkansas. How about it, Shane? I still can't believe all week. I thought maybe this was going to flip, but Arkansas favored to beat Mississippi State. Again, I don't have a great confidence in the Razorbacks either, but they're favored by 4.5 points. The over-under 67.5, so there could be a high-scoring game. 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central on the SEC Network, Shane. Mississippi State, they've lost 16 conference games in a row. Arkansas, they've lost 7 conference games in a row. Somebody's got to win. Who's it going to be, Shane?
That's the key. Somebody has to win, right? And I'm telling you right now, watching both these teams, it's been kind of frustrating. And I'm not even a fan, right? I feel like if you're an Arkansas fan, you're just, godly, did we just waste the best quarterback to come through our university since you know who, So I feel like that's part of the questioning. And then you look over at Mississippi State and you say, damn, we could have had Tennessee. We could have had Florida. We could have had Texas. We could be sitting here at 7 wins and everybody talking about how great Mississippi State is, man. And I feel like they're the poor version of Texas A&M. You talk about balance. They got it. They got pressure on the defensive front just enough. They've got a great running game, especially if both running backs are healthy. I think Blake Shapen doesn't get enough respect. He's also got a little mobility to him. So yeah, I feel like Mississippi State is sitting there, but there's so many fans upset because Levy just has let some of this in-game management slip from him. I don't think it happens this week, Mike. I have zero faith that Arkansas is going to win a game because there's some bad juju there. I don't know what voodoo doll that somebody's got over them or something, but there is just some bad magic going on there in Arkansas. And I have zero confidence that they'll win this game, even though they probably should. Give me Mississippi State lock of the week, 38. Arkansas 28, a lot of points in this game. You hit the nail on the head, but I feel like this is going to come down to a couple of mistakes on the Arkansas side.
Ooh, damn confident, huh? Lock of the week and everything.
Give me more cowbell. Or donuts.
Hey, give me more Andrew West. Appreciate you. Hey, Cousin Shane, me and my wife will be at the Tennessee game Saturday. Is there anywhere you will be specific time and place? Would love to get a picture if possible. Love the show. I listen every day at work.
Yeah.
Go Vols.
Yeah, so I'm going to be starting at the rec park or the rec fields, and then I got a lot of folks that hit me up on G20. Is that what it's called? The one right beside the stadium. Yeah. So I'm probably going to spend a lot of time there as well. But I'm just going to walk around, man, try to walk some of these donuts off. So hopefully, we'll see you. I'm going to be in the Z section if I'm not mistaken, but kind of hard when you're in the stadium to find me. Well, if I'm wearing this, it won't be too hard. But truthfully, I'm going to do that, and then up there where the other tailgate spots are usually going to be. So yeah, I'll be walking around, and like I said, you can't miss me. Just yell at me.
Hey, Cousin Ronnie, I didn't know Shane owned a different color shirt.
This one goes under the polo,
All right, so now, I like a lot of what you had to say, Shane. Particularly Mississippi State, one thing they can do is run the football, and Arkansas is just complete dog shit when it comes to defending the run. Over 200 yards they allow rushing in conference games. So I think Mississippi State's going to have a lot of success on the ground. Fluff Bothwell, it sounds like he's going to be back. I don't know, and hell, Davin Booth was running so well, it's not like they necessarily need him, but the more bodies, the better, especially Bothwell. I think he's your best overall player on offense. So that's big for Mississippi State. Again, if Taylor Green can get hot, though, Arkansas could very well win this game.
Yeah.
This is another one where I don't really have confidence in either team. And it's like, who's going to blow this game? Because that's all they've both been doing.
Right.
You could be up in the fourth quarter by multiple touchdowns, two touchdowns in this game, and I still don't have confidence in you to win it. But which team is still going to be fighting? Which team's got that give up, Shane? I think, and I hope I'm wrong, but I think I think Arkansas's got that give up in them, Shane. I think they're still fighting hard for Jeff Libby, even though he don't know how to run a program. He knows how to call plays and coach a quarterback, but that's about it. So I got no confidence in this, but give me Mississippi State 38. Give me Arkansas 35.
Well, so much for making ground on Mike, huh?
Hey, Old May said, I knew Shane was a Tennessee homer.
Oh, don't.
Well, speaking of winning, there's not much winning going on in Fayetteville and Starkville, but somebody's got to win here on Saturday. Steven, Mississippi State at Arkansas. The Razorbacks favored by 4.5 points at home. The over-unders 67.5 total points. This game kicks off at 4 Eastern, 3 Central on the SEC Network. Steven, my word. Who's winning this one? Please give optimism for both these fans that so desperately need it.
Mike, we can talk about some optimism here because we all remember that 2023 game where it was like 7-3. And that game is like ingrained in my memory. So let's take some optimism that this week's game with an over-under of 67, 68, depending on where you look, we're going to see some offensive fireworks. And I think that's what's worth tuning into if you're not a Mississippi State or Arkansas fan. We're going to see some offense between Taylor Green, Blake Shapen, and the big plays in Mississippi State's offense. Maybe Fluff Bothwell is back for the Bulldogs as well. Big picture, though, it's hard to see a path for Mississippi State to get to a bowl unless they win this game. Their next couple games are pretty tough. Maybe you could talk yourself into 1 upset, 2 probably difficult. For Arkansas, it is about slim bowl hopes, but it's also, can Bobby Petrino build the case to be back next season? So there's a lot at stake here. Just in the big picture, Mike, this one is pretty simple. You've got 2 offenses that can score. Mississippi State is very good at generating big plays. Arkansas gives up a lot of big plays. We've got Arkansas's defense has allowed 5 straight opponents to rush for more than 200 yards. If Fluff Bothwell gets back, if you play college fantasy or our friends at Prize Picks, Bothwell and Booth probably good plays on Saturday. But of course, we could say the same thing about Arkansas. Taylor Green is coming off kind of a shaky performance with 3 interceptions. But at the same time, I think we all kind of expect him to bounce back. Mississippi State's defense is better, but it's also been trending slowly in the wrong direction. They're giving up over 6 yards a play in SEC contests. They also struggle against the run. So it could be a good day for Mike Washington and Taylor Green. Kind of a big picture thought here. Both of these teams have had some excruciating, painful, heartbreaking losses this year. The good news is somebody's going to win on Saturday. The question is, which team has got something left in the tank? Because Mississippi State has played like heavyweight fight to the end the last couple of weeks. Arkansas probably disappointed in the way last week's game turned out after leading. This one's difficult to get a read on, Mike. The only thing I can guarantee you is I do expect some offense, and I expect this game to be fairly high scoring. Mississippi State has been better in the turnover margin this year, and perhaps that's the difference in the game. So I'm taking the upset, Mike. I'm going to go with the Bulldogs 34, Arkansas 31, in a back and forth game. And perhaps the difference is a turnover. And also I'll take the Bulldogs rushing attack to maybe do enough in the fourth quarter to put this one away.
Mm-hmm. Any surprise that Arkansas is favored and by such a wide margin? Or not, I mean, it's not 4.5, but favored by that much, I guess.
I was a little surprised. I think it's almost like you have to remove what happened last week and think about the big picture for Arkansas, that they've been so close every week, and that's been against A&M and some other contests this year. So I think Vegas probably has their power rating a little bit higher on Arkansas. Could say the same thing against Mississippi State. This one feels much more like a pick 'em to me than a 3 or 4 point game in the spread.
Yeah. So it's almost smart to kind of take the points. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless you truly believe Arkansas is a better team, or you believe Jeff Lebby will find a way to screw this one up too. That's a fair assessment as well. But yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be a highly entertaining game, but I have no clue who's going to win it. You know what?
Last team with the ball wins type of game, as cliche as that could be, Mike. But I mean, we could be in for some, if nothing else, these teams just fighting for trying to get to 6 wins. But to see Taylor Green against a defense that's not very good, to see Mississippi State maybe hit some big plays, this game is not going to top the national radar or anything. But I think if anything, it's very high on entertainment value on Saturday.
Yeah, and it could be as simple as which team wants it more, which team's still fighting, and there's really just no way to tell. And a lot of that could go down to, who starts quicker. And I think it's both these teams, once like one or two things goes wrong, they kind of go into the tank. And there's no way to predict who that'll be. You know what?
Yeah, and especially, we mentioned the turnover margin. I mean, Mississippi State +5, Arkansas -8. I think there's definitely some confidence for both teams given the way the season has played out. And you wonder, like, if you're at Arkansas and you're at home and you can get ahead 14-0, yes, you gave up the game last week and you were ahead, and Mississippi State's got firepower. But given the way the season has gone, like some confidence early, maybe you force a turnover or two, that could really help. And we're at the point of the season where motivation is a big X factor for all these teams. And you do wonder, quick start for one of these two gets that, checks that motivation box and be able to win on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.